Hello, my name is Arran Hibbert and welcome to the first video on this channel that is not an episode of the Political Dialogue podcast. It's just me today, it's going to be a bit of a shorter one, and I just want to talk about a few things that have been in the news lately. Now, the first thing that's obviously going to come up is Zack Polanski. He's always got something to say, but not of much value, does he? And he said in his podcast, Bold Politics, he suggested that we should exclude right-wingers from his perfect socialist society if they don't side with him. So
there are people, though, who would identify as right-wing or indeed even far-right. And no matter what humanity or community we put them in, they are set on destroying or pushing this toxicity. Do we think we can change their minds? Or is it a case of building a society that doesn't
exist? With them. So he essentially said, either we can make them believe in our cause and agree with us, or maybe it's just a case of excluding them from society because they're so toxic. And you know what? I think it's really rich for somebody who's on the far left to go and say that all these far right people are dangerous. In fact, you're both the same. You're equally as dangerous. I don't understand how Zack Polanski thinks that he is some holy figure. He's fighting against this poisonous, disgusting movement that is reform, when, quite frankly, yes, reform are dangerous, but I would say that the Green Party are more dangerous. And I think that just shows really what the far left is like. It's like either you agree with us, you agree with what exactly we say, or, you're done. And this isn't even the nuttiest thing that somebody on the left has said lately. There's somebody recently in the Scottish Greens who is most likely going to become an MSP after the election, and she suggested many things like the abolition of prisons and reparations for slavery, even though there's not a single person alive in Britain today who is responsible for the Atlantic slave trade or any slavery that has taken part because of the UK. And the second, perhaps larger topic that I want to discuss today is Kier Starmer, and how much longer is he really going to be Prime Minister for? Every main party has called on the Prime Minister to resign now. Even the Lib Dems, Ed Davey, has said that if Kemi Badenoch did start no confidence vote in the Prime Minister, then he would support the Conservative Party in doing so. I mean, it's just an absolute mess. He says, Keir Starmer, that he's going to come to the House of Commons on Monday, and he is going to address the House of Commons about the full details of the situation. I don't know how detailed that's going to be, because apparently he knew nothing, as always. I don't believe that his resignation will happen on Monday, and I don't believe it will happen, in the next week. I do believe that Labour MPs will wait around until after May the 7th. Now, after May the 7th, they can blame him for all their losses, and that's when they're really going to go in on him, and he will not last much longer, as I said in one of my previous videos. And also this is piling up on him with Iran still going on as well. And that is one thing that I respect Keir Starmer for, is his stance on Iran. I don't think we should be involved there. He would just be like Tony Blair all over again. And I think he's taken the right decision in doing so. Sure, he might not appear as the strongest Prime Minister ever, but I think he's got the nuts to say no to Donald Trump that I think some Prime Ministers wouldn't. And Tony Blair, of all people, Tony Blair, calls him out and says this isn't right, and says that we should be joining our American friends in Iran. When that's Tony Blair, I shouldn't even have to say anything. If there's one person, right, that shouldn't be allowed to speak about the Middle East, it's Tony Blair. He committed absolute atrocities over there, and he thinks that he's got a right to lecture Britain on what they're doing now after he caused that entire mess. So no, overall, I don't think that Keir Starmer is going to resign this month. It might not even be next month, but I think it will be shortly after the elections, they're not going to gain much at all. It seems that the big winners are going to be the Greens and Reform, which is obviously worrying. What else is also worrying is Keir Starmer's stance on this. He is refusing to stand down. And it's coming to the point where it's like, well, how many chances are we going to give you? And I think that we've given him enough chances. I think that he is clinging on to power. And I think that makes him look very untrustworthy. He claims that he doesn't know about the whole thing that happened with Peter Mandelson, that he didn't pass his security vetting. I don't believe that. I think people are like, he's either incompetent or a liar. I think he's both. I think he definitely lied about that. I think he knew about that. There's no reason why this civil servant, Ollie Robbins, want to overrule the security vetting result. Because he's not a member of the Labour Party. He's not a politician. He's a civil servant. And even if I'm wrong, and he's not a liar, and he genuinely hasn't been told all this stuff, that shows that he's got the power, but he's not got any authority over the happenings of the government. And that's not right. That's not safe. It shows that he's not strong, and he is in fact incompetent. If that can happen so much. I'm furious is what he says. I'm furious about the fact that he did not pass security vetting and he was not told about this. Why weren't you told about that? Because you have no authority over these people. You must go. If you as the Prime Minister have people around you thinking they can just do what they want because they're not going to get in trouble for it, no, that can't be the way it is. You've got to go. I hope you've all enjoyed this video. I hope that you're having a lovely weekend, and please do press the like and subscribe button if you would like to see more. Thank you.